Hi, welcome to Module 1, Developing Training Programs. This TAE training program is in three parts. Module 1 is Developing Training Programs. Module 2 is Assessing Training Programs. Module 3 is Delivering Training Programs. This first unit, Module 1, Developing Training Programs, has 3 units in it, these 3 units. And these are the topics. The purpose and type of training, the AQF, the basis of the learning program, LLL and skills of the learner group, selecting appropriate training package or accredited course, developing program content, assessment requirements, presenting the learning program content, and training documents. So this first section is about the purpose and type of training required. There are basically 3 types of training: nationally recognised training, accredited training, or training that's not recognised at all. And nationally recognised training is part of the Australian Qualifications Framework. Accredited training is where an industry has found that there's not a training program to suit their particular needs, so they've developed a training program and they've had that accredited, and then it becomes nationally recognised. And then training that's not recognised. A lot of training in Australia is like that. It's induction training, or it might be professional development training, short courses. There's a lot of training that's not recognised. You can see the types of training and the purpose of those training programs and examples of it. So it might be a course of training for a job or a career. It could be an apprenticeship or a traineeship. It might be a single unit of competence. So it could be something like a forklift ticket or a loader ticket. Might be community training for something like community development, suicide prevention, that sort of thing. Might be employment programs such as transition to work or work skills to cover a skills gap. Might be a new computer program or a new business process or something to upskill an organisation's workforce. So maybe to increase their IT skills or more efficient methods or whatever. To improve customer service. So greeting customers, handling complaints, that sort of thing. To bring about change in the culture of a workplace. To move towards self-directed teams, multi-skilling, that sort of thing. To conduct mandatory training, and that includes things like workplace health and safety, first aid, safety rules, induction, and then to modify an existing program. So it might be changing a database or a different use of a machine. And of course, induction training at the start of a new job or to go onto a new website. So in this training, we'll have different stakeholders, and generally those stakeholders are people like the owners or the managers or CEOs of the actual business or organisation, the RTO, and so that could include the manager of the RTO or the training manager of the RTO or the CEO. And then you'll have the trainer and assessor, or there may be more than one trainer assessor in a particular training situation, and of course the learners, and we can't do this without the learners. And so these are the stakeholders. And for question 3, the front of house in a Broome resort, these are the sort of stakeholders that you're likely to find. And then of course we've got the learners, the important people. Who are they? Learner groups can include existing employees, school leavers, apprentices or trainees, individuals just seeking to upgrade skills or knowledge to get tickets for loaders, forklifts, those sort of things, individuals changing careers, unemployed learners who have a disability, students in schools, recent migrants, individuals or groups needing to meet licensing or regulatory requirements, and individuals learning new skills and knowledges. I think that covers probably a lot of the learner groups. Learner characteristics are these sort of things, and we need to know these characteristics when we're organising training. So it's things like this: the amount, level and breadth of their work experience, previous training, previous formal education, their skill or competency profile, their socio-economic background, age, gender, if they've got disabilities, abilities, etc., cultural backgrounds and needs, any special needs, their motivation for learning, why are they doing this, language, literacy and numeracy levels, and learning styles and preferences. So you'll find in that the answer to question 5. So what do we need to know about these learners? We need to know this sort of thing. What do they want to learn? What are they interested in? What do they already know? That's very important, isn't it? There's no point in going over stuff they already know. The things that they need to learn, the educational levels they've reached, the places they'll work in, the workplaces that they'll go to later on, their customs, traditions, any taboos. Are the students from the same area? Can they work together? Are there any restrictions when they come to learn? And their learning styles and preferences. So where do we get this sort of information? We can get it from an interview of the learner, application form. So that would be probably the first bit of information you get is the enrolment or application form, then the interviewer, from employers, previous training people, employment records, questionnaires, observation, and then we can also have something called a training needs analysis. Now, what is that? So a training needs analysis is a document or a set of documents that analyse the training needs of a group of learners or the training needs for an organisation. A training needs analysis is very useful for documenting learner information, learner needs, and then why a particular type of training was chosen, or a training package or skill set or electives. Why was this specific training chosen? So on a training needs analysis, we would expect to see learner details, learner needs, why a particular type of training was chosen, a training package, skill sets and electives, that sort of thing. We do have a training needs analysis, and you'll find this a bit further on in the notes, but we're going to have a quick look at it now. And you'll see here there's these 3 parts to it. This part here, which is general information about the actual employees, and then what was recommended training. So let's have a quick look at this. So you can see here it's got the company, their address, contact details, that sort of thing, the business type, the purpose of the business, and the purpose of the training. Now for this training, WorkSafe conducted an inspection after a minor hoist accident, and they found that no staff member had any current safety training. WorkSafe recommended that all staff involved in the workplace training had training at Certificate 3 level as soon as possible, and so that's in workplace safety. WorkSafe have recommended Certificate 3 level training. This is nationally recognised training and will most likely be from a Certificate 3 level qualification. So let's have a look at the people. You can see the people there. There's 6 people. 5 of them are men, and there's 1 lady, Sue Enderby. They range in age from about 30 to 44 is the oldest, and then you can see their qualifications. And one guy's got 2 qualifications, a Certificate 3 and then a Certificate 3 in Automotive Administration. Certificate 3 is generally the apprenticeship level in Australia. So if you've got an apprenticeship, it will generally be at Certificate 3 level. And then you can see the date of their last qualification, and so that ranges from 2001, 2004, 1994 is the oldest one, and the most recent is this Jake guy who's at 2005. And then we've got any needs, any special needs. Now Philip Simmons, this guy's 44 years old, and he's got a Certificate 3 in Automotive. It's the oldest of those certificates. He has hearing issues, and so he wears hearing aids. And Jake has literacy deficits. English is his second language. And so the recommended training for these people is this unit, AUR, ASA 002, Follow Safe Working Practices in an Automotive Workplace, and the duration would be 5 one-hour blocks plus a practical workshop. So you can see that this training needs analysis is a very good way to get information about the learners. And that's the end of section 1.1. Thank you.